Cleopatra VII Philopator was born into a world of immense wealth and power. It was the year 69 BC, and Egypt thrived under the Ptolemaic dynasty. This dynasty, of Macedonian Greek origin, had ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries. Cleopatra's birthplace, Alexandria, was a bustling metropolis and the epicenter of knowledge. The Library of Alexandria housed scrolls of wisdom from across the known world. Cleopatra spent her formative years in this vibrant city, developing a keen intellect. Despite her Greek heritage, Cleopatra embraced her role as an Egyptian ruler. She learned the Egyptian language and immersed herself in the customs of her people. Cleopatra understood the importance of respecting Egyptian culture to maintain her legitimacy. Her ability to connect with her people was a significant asset throughout her reign. Cleopatra was a woman of extraordinary intelligence and charisma. She was fluent in several languages, a skilled diplomat, and a shrewd strategist. From a young age, she observed her father, Ptolemy XII, navigate Roman politics. Rome's influence extended across the Mediterranean, casting a shadow over Egypt. Cleopatra knew her kingdom's survival depended on balancing relations with Rome. The young princess could not foresee the tumultuous path ahead. At 18, her father died, leaving her and her brother as co-rulers. This joint rulership set the stage for a power struggle that tested Cleopatra's cunning. Cleopatra's ascension to the throne was marred by conflict. Her brother, Ptolemy XIII, was a puppet ruler controlled by ambitious advisors. Cleopatra found herself increasingly isolated. She was forced to flee Alexandria. But Cleopatra was not easily defeated. Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria. Pompey was murdered by Ptolemy's advisors. Caesar intervened in Egyptian affairs. Cleopatra smuggled herself into the palace. She presented herself to Caesar. Caesar backed her claim to the throne. Caesar's legions fought Ptolemy's forces. The Alexandrian War raged through Alexandria. Cleopatra played a crucial role. The war ended in victory for Caesar and Cleopatra. Ptolemy drowned, leaving Cleopatra as ruler. Her younger brother was instated as co-ruler. Cleopatra secured a powerful ally in Caesar. Cleopatra, now secure on her throne, wasted no time in consolidating her power and restoring Egypt's fortunes. She understood that her kingdom's survival depended on maintaining a delicate balance between asserting her independence and appeasing the Roman Republic. Her relationship with Caesar transcended mere political expediency, blossoming into a passionate love affair. Cleopatra was 21, Caesar 52, she the Queen of Egypt, he the master of Rome. Their affair caused a sensation in both Alexandria and Rome. It produced a son, Caesarion, whom Cleopatra declared to be the son of Caesar. Cleopatra sought to secure her kingdom's future by forging a strong bond with Caesar. She introduced him to Egyptian culture, its gods and goddesses, its art and architecture. He showered her with gifts and bestowed upon her the title of Queen of Kings. Cleopatra's reign marked a period of relative peace and prosperity for Egypt. However, the idyll was not to last. In 44 BC, Caesar was assassinated. For Cleopatra, the assassination of Caesar was a personal and political tragedy. Cleopatra, though devastated by Caesar's assassination, was a pragmatist. She understood the political landscape had shifted and needed to secure her position and that of her son, Caesarion. Rome's power vacuum posed a significant threat to Egypt's independence. Cleopatra had to navigate Roman politics carefully to protect her kingdom. Mark Antony emerged as a key contender for power in Rome. Cleopatra saw Antony as a potential ally to maintain Egypt's autonomy. Antony needed resources and alliances to secure his position. Egypt's wealth and strategic importance were a prize worth pursuing. In 41 BC, Antony summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus. Cleopatra saw this as an opportunity rather than a threat. She made a grand entrance to impress Antony. She sailed up the Cydnus River in a magnificent barge. Cleopatra presented herself as an equal, a queen in her own right. She captivated him with her beauty, intelligence, and charm. Antony was drawn into her web of diplomacy and seduction. Their meeting marked the beginning of a political and romantic alliance with profound consequences. Cleopatra and Mark Antony's meeting in Tarsus blossomed into a passionate love affair and strategic alliance. Antony, captivated by Cleopatra's intelligence, found in her a shrewd political partner. Cleopatra saw in Antony a powerful protector for her kingdom. Their relationship was a strategic alliance forged in Roman power politics. Cleopatra used her influence over Antony to secure Egypt's interests. Antony, under Cleopatra's influence, became estranged from his Roman allies. He showered Cleopatra with gifts, including territories, alienating the Roman Senate. Antony's political rivals, particularly Octavian, seized upon these rumors to discredit him. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the fate of Rome and Egypt. As Antony drifted further into Cleopatra's orbit, his relationship with Rome deteriorated. His lavish lifestyle and open affection for Cleopatra fueled accusations of decadence and disloyalty. Octavian, a master strategist, painted Antony as a traitor seduced by a foreign queen. He declared war on Cleopatra, framing it as a defense of Rome. Antony, torn between love and duty, sided with Cleopatra. In 31 BC, they clashed at the Battle of Actium. Cleopatra's fleet panicked and fled, leading to their defeat. The Battle of Actium marked the end for Antony and Cleopatra. The defeat at Actium sent shockwaves through Antony and Cleopatra's world. Antony retreated to Egypt, his hopes of ruling Rome dashed. Cleopatra's dreams of a powerful Egypt faded. Their return to Alexandria was somber. The populace whispered doubts, fearing Roman retribution. Cleopatra rallied her forces, preparing for invasion. Octavian, master of Rome, sought to crush them. Cleopatra even offered to abdicate for her children. Octavian demanded Cleopatra's unconditional surrender, promising lenient treatment for her children if she complied. Cleopatra, knowing Octavian's promises were hollow, refused to surrender. The Roman siege of Alexandria commenced, testing the resilience of both sides. Cleopatra personally supervised the city's defenses, rallying her troops and tending to the wounded. Antony led several daring sorties against the besiegers, displaying flashes of his former military brilliance. But the Roman war machine, fueled by Octavian's ambition, tightened its grip on the city. Rumors spread that Cleopatra was negotiating a secret surrender, poisoning the atmosphere within the city. Antony, reeling from defeat and despair, found himself increasingly isolated, surrounded by whispers and doubts. The walls of Alexandria were finally breached by the relentless Roman legions. Cleopatra retreated to her mausoleum, a grand structure she had built for herself. Antony, informed by a false report that Cleopatra was dead, fell upon his own sword. He was carried, mortally wounded, to Cleopatra's mausoleum, where he died in her arms. Cleopatra, grief-stricken but resolute, refused to be captured alive. She chose to die by her own hand, allowing herself to be bitten by an asp. Octavian, upon learning of Cleopatra's death, was furious. With Cleopatra's death, the Ptolemaic dynasty came to an end, and Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. The death of Cleopatra marked a turning point in history. Egypt was absorbed into the Roman Empire, its treasures carted off to Rome as spoils of war. Octavian, now Caesar Augustus, returned to Rome in triumph. Cleopatra, once a formidable opponent, was relegated to the footnotes of history. Roman administrators and tax collectors flooded Egypt, a constant reminder of its subjugation. Temples were desecrated or repurposed to serve the Roman pantheon. The Egyptian language was gradually supplanted by Latin and Greek. Despite Rome's efforts to erase her memory, Cleopatra's legend lived on. Roman historians struggled to reconcile Cleopatra's political acumen with Rome's narrative of her as a cunning seductress. Some depicted her as a manipulative woman who used her beauty and charm to achieve her political goals. Others portrayed her as a victim of circumstance, forced to make difficult choices in a world dominated by men. The truth likely lay somewhere between these extremes. Cleopatra was a product of her time, a ruler who inherited a kingdom caught in the crosshairs of Roman expansionism. She was ambitious, intelligent, and resourceful, but also constrained by the political realities of her time. Her relationships with Caesar and Antony were her means of protecting her kingdom from Roman aggression. Cleopatra's story, a tapestry woven from ambition, love, betrayal, and tragedy, proved too compelling to be silenced. Despite attempts to tarnish her image, Cleopatra's story continued to fascinate and inspire. Poets, playwrights, and artists found in her a muse, a symbol of timeless themes, love, power, ambition, and the fleeting nature of glory. The Roman poet Horace captured the tragedy of her downfall in his odes. The Roman playwright Seneca used Cleopatra's story as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition. William Shakespeare's play Antony and Cleopatra cemented Cleopatra's status as a literary and cultural icon. Shakespeare's Cleopatra emerged as a complex and multifaceted character. His play transformed her from a historical figure into a timeless archetype. Cleopatra's story, in all its complexity and tragedy, continued to be told and retold for centuries. Cleopatra's political and military strategies were deeply intertwined. She knew that brute force alone would not be enough to protect her kingdom from Rome. She used her intelligence, charm, and political acumen to forge alliances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Her relationships with Caesar and Antony were more than just calculated political maneuvers. Cleopatra was a shrewd judge of character, challenging them intellectually and earning their respect. She closely followed the power struggles within the Roman Republic, identifying potential allies and enemies. Her decision to support Caesar in the Roman Civil War was a calculated risk that paid off. Her alliance with Antony, though ending in defeat, allowed her to maintain Egypt's independence for over a decade. Cleopatra actively shaped events, using diplomacy, intrigue, and military force to achieve her goals. She understood the importance of propaganda and public image, crafting her persona as the Queen of Kings. Cleopatra was a skilled negotiator, capable of charming her adversaries and threatening them with military action. She focused on naval power, building a powerful fleet to control the Mediterranean Sea. Her decision to engage Octavian's fleet at the Battle of Actium proved to be a fatal miscalculation. Despite her ultimate defeat, Cleopatra's military and political acumen should not be underestimated. She ruled Egypt for over 2 decades, navigating the treacherous waters of Roman politics. Cleopatra's story is a testament to her intelligence, ambition, and resilience. Cleopatra's legacy extends beyond her military and political achievements. She was a patron of the arts and sciences, expanding the Library of Alexandria. Cleopatra oversaw ambitious building projects, restoring ancient temples and constructing new ones. Her reign was marked by economic prosperity, fueled by trade and agricultural innovation. Cleopatra implemented policies that encouraged commerce, attracting merchants and traders. Her legacy is shaped by the narratives of her enemies as much as by her own actions. Roman historians often depicted her as a cunning seductress, reflecting a fear of female power. Cleopatra dared to challenge the patriarchal norms of her time, asserting her kingdom's independence. Cleopatra faced multifaceted challenges, including foreign pressures, internal strife, and sexism. She utilized her intellect and strategic prowess to navigate the political landscape. Rome's insatiable appetite for expansion cast a long shadow over Egypt. Cleopatra recognized the threat posed by Rome and sought to maintain a delicate balance. The Roman civil war presented both opportunities and dangers for Cleopatra. Her decision to align with Julius Caesar provided her with a powerful protector. Internal strife within Egypt also posed significant challenges, with Cleopatra's siblings challenging her claim to the throne. Cleopatra constantly had to prove her strength and capability in a male-dominated society. Beyond these external and internal pressures, Cleopatra faced another, more insidious challenge: the power of perception. Her story, even during her lifetime, became entangled with myth and propaganda, creating an image that both enhanced and hindered her reign. Roman historians, writing in the aftermath of her defeat, often portrayed Cleopatra as a cunning seductress, a manipulator who used her beauty and charm to control powerful men. This image, perpetuated through the ages, served to diminish her political acumen and strategic brilliance, reducing her to a mere object of desire rather than a powerful ruler in her own right. The stories of her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, often romanticized and sensationalized, overshadowed her political and economic achievements. Her intelligence, her diplomatic skills, and her efforts to restore Egypt's former glory were often overlooked or minimized, eclipsed by the dramatic narratives of love, betrayal, and tragedy. This distorted image, while undoubtedly frustrating, also played into Cleopatra's hands at times. The perception of her as a powerful and alluring queen, even if exaggerated, enhanced her image on the world stage. It helped her to secure alliances, intimidate rivals, and solidify her position as the last great pharaoh of Egypt. Cleopatra's downfall, often attributed to her romance with Mark Antony, was due to many factors. The growing might of Rome and internal divisions within Egypt created a perfect storm. The Battle of Actium marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the dawn of Roman dominance. Cleopatra's story became a canvas for others' interpretations, fears, and fantasies. Despite attempts to tarnish her legacy, Cleopatra's story refused to be silenced. She became an enduring icon, a symbol of female power and resilience. Cleopatra's reign, though tragically cut short, continues to resonate across millennia, a testament to her enduring power and the indelible mark she left on history. Her image, once manipulated by victors, has been reclaimed, revealing a woman of remarkable intelligence, political savvy, and determination. Cleopatra stands as a powerful symbol of female leadership in a male-dominated world. Her strategic brilliance and diplomatic skills secured alliances and defended her kingdom's interests. The world remembers Cleopatra for her political acumen and patronage of the arts, sciences, and culture. Under her rule, Alexandria flourished as a center of learning and innovation. Her legacy transcends time and geography, inspiring artists, writers, and filmmakers. Cleopatra's story continues to captivate the imagination, a testament to her enduring power. Cleopatra's impact on history extends far beyond her reign as the last pharaoh of Egypt. Her story sheds light on the complex relationship between Rome and Egypt. It reveals the challenges faced by a woman ruler in a patriarchal world. Her story highlights the enduring allure of ancient Egypt. Cleopatra's image, adorned with symbols of Egyptian royalty, embodies beauty and mystery. Her legacy reminds us of the interconnectedness of civilizations. Her reign, ending in tragedy, testifies to human ambition and the struggle for autonomy. Cleopatra's life and reign offer timeless lessons on leadership, ambition, and resilience. Her story reminds us that history is a dynamic tapestry, encouraging critical engagement with the past. Cleopatra's intelligence and determination inspire women to challenge societal norms and strive for equality. Her gaze transcends time, reminding us of her enduring relevance and the importance of understanding history.